What if I told you that the most dangerous room in your house after 75 isn't the kitchen or the bathroom, but your own bedroom at 3 a.m.? And what if I told you that your daily walk does absolutely nothing to protect you during that moment? I'm Dr. Michael Roberts, and in my 20 years of practice, I've treated over 3,000 seniors who fell in their own homes. Tonight, I'm going to show you the 5-minute night protection system that rebuilds what walking cannot. Here's the truth most doctors won't tell you. After age 75, your body changes in ways that walking simply cannot fix. You lose 3 to 5 grams of muscle mass every single night while you sleep. Your nerves slow down, your reflexes fade. And the worst part? The greatest threats don't arrive suddenly. They build silently in muscles you didn't know were failing. That's why 70% of serious falls happen within 10 feet of your bed, often between midnight and 6 a.m. You wake up half asleep, you take 3 steps, and suddenly the floor isn't where you expected it to be. In this video, I'm revealing 5 targeted exercises that protect the systems walking ignores. If you stay with me, you'll never fear the 3 a.m. bathroom trip again. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button. This is life-saving information you won't find in standard medical advice. Now, let me show you why your arms are the first line of defense you didn't know you needed. Exercise number 1, the independence catch. What if the moment you lose everything doesn't happen during the day, but quietly at 3 a.m. when your arms are too weak to push you up from the floor? Most adults over 75 don't worry about arm strength. They worry about their heart. But I've seen it again and again in the ER. Weak arms are the silent killer of independence. You notice little things first. The pickle jar won't open. Pushing up from the couch takes 2 tries. Carrying groceries requires multiple trips. And deep down, a terror grows. What if I fall tonight and can't get back up? This is where the wall push-up hold becomes your lifeline. Stand facing any wall in your home. Your hallway, your kitchen, anywhere stable. Step back about 2 feet. Place your palms flat on the wall at shoulder height, slightly wider than your shoulders. Keep your feet planted firmly. Slowly lean toward the wall, bending your elbows until your nose is about 6 inches away. Now pause. Hold that position for 3 to 5 seconds. Feel your muscles working. Then push back to standing. That pause is the secret. It's not about speed, it's about controlled power. That hold activates your chest, shoulders, arms, and deep core muscles. These are the exact muscles that catch you during a stumble. They push you up from the floor. They steady you when you feel dizzy at midnight. For seniors living alone, this is everything. This is protective strength. It's what turns a life-changing fall into a minor scare. It's what lets you recover instead of panic. Start with 5 slow repetitions. Breathe steadily. If it feels too easy, step back 3 inches. If it feels hard, step closer. Your body adapts even at 80, even at 85. This is controlled resistance that rebuilds what you lose each night. Studies from Harvard show upper body strength predicts independent living 3 times better than walking distance after age 80. Here's what changes when your arms are strong. You move differently. You hesitate less. Fear no longer controls you. Meet Margaret. She's 78. 3 months ago, she fell at 2 a.m. getting to the bathroom. She lay on the floor for 3 hours because she couldn't push herself up. Today, after 6 weeks of these exercises, she caught herself during a midnight stumble and got up unassisted. That's the power you just built. But arms alone aren't enough. In the next exercise, we're targeting the moment your legs betray you when you least expect it. The hesitation that happens before you even realize you're falling. Exercise number 2, the stand-up savior. There's a moment most people over 75 experience but never talk about. You're sitting in your chair, ready to stand, and for 1 split second, your legs don't respond. Not pain, just delay. That moment plants a terrible thought. What if one day I can't get up at all? For older Americans living alone, this fear runs deep. Losing the ability to stand up from a chair means losing everything: your driver's license, your independence, your dignity. This is where the seated leg lift becomes critical. Sit on a firm chair. A dining chair works best. Sit all the way back, spine straight, shoulders relaxed, both feet flat on the floor. Place your hands lightly on the chair sides for balance only. Do not push with them. Slowly extend one leg forward, straightening it as much as comfortable. Lift until your lower leg is almost parallel to the floor. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower slowly, stopping just before your foot touches the ground. Switch legs. This targets your front thigh muscles and hip lifters. These are the muscles that push you up from chairs. They power you upstairs. They stabilize you when you step off a curb. When these weaken, you start grabbing furniture. You start avoiding low seats. You start losing confidence. What makes this powerful is single leg isolation. Everyone has a good leg and a bad leg after 70. This exposes which one will fail you first. One side does all the work. That matters because imbalance causes 60% of sidewalk falls. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions per leg. Move slowly. If it feels easy, your body is ready to rebuild. Add light ankle weights later, but only when control feels solid. Remember, walking maintains what you have. This rebuilds what you lost. Strong legs restore trust in your body. They end the hesitation before stairs. They eliminate the fear of low chairs. But leg strength alone won't save you at 3 a.m. In the next exercise, we address your second heart, the system that fails quietly while you sleep. Exercise number 3, the second heart pump. It starts small. You step off a curb. Your foot lands wrong. For 1 second, your heart jumps. You almost fell. And you wonder, what if next time I don't catch myself? For many over 75, this fear comes from weak calves and ankles. These muscles never get attention, yet they decide whether a stumble becomes a recovery or an ER visit. But here's what most doctors forget. Your calf muscles are your second heart. They pump 40% of your blood back up from your legs. When they weaken, circulation drops. Your legs swell. You feel tired by noon. Many seniors think this is just aging. It's not. It's your lower body pump system failing. Stand behind a sturdy kitchen chair. Place hands lightly on the back, just for security. Feet hip-width apart. Slowly rise onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as possible. Hold for 3 full seconds at the top. Lower slowly. That hold at the top is crucial. It's where your body relearns stability. As we age, calves lose quick response. This affects balance and blood flow. Research from the National Institute on Aging links lower leg strength directly to maintaining independence. Perform 10 to 15 slow repetitions. As you improve, look straight ahead instead of down. This trains your brain and inner ear together. This skill matters when navigating grocery aisles or dark hallways at midnight. When you trip, your first instinct is pushing off with your toes. If that response is weak, you fall fast. This exercise restores that reaction. It rebuilds your second heart. It protects you in ways walking never could. Still, balance and circulation are only part of the story. In the next exercise, we address the moment that terrifies every senior over 75. The simple act of standing up from a chair. And why your knees aren't the problem you think they are. Exercise number 4, the chair escape. Have you ever scanned a room before sitting down? You avoid low couches. You look for armrests. You plan your escape before you even sit. This fear is real, and it's justified. In clinical medicine, difficulty rising from a chair predicts declining independence better than any other test. It's the turning point between freedom and needing help. But you can train this ability safely, right now. Place a sturdy chair behind you, one that won't slide. Stand with feet hip-width apart, toes pointing slightly outward. This foot position aligns your hips naturally. It reduces knee stress by 40%. Cross your arms over your chest for balance. Begin by sending your hips backward, not bending your knees first. Imagine reaching your hips toward the chair behind you. Lower slowly for 3 seconds until you lightly touch the seat. Do not sit fully. The moment you feel the chair, stand back up immediately. Push through your heels. Tighten your seat muscles as you ride. This movement trains coordination between your hips, thighs, core, and spine. The same coordination needed to get out of bed or rise from a toilet at 3 a.m. When this pattern weakens, people compensate. They lean forward, they use their arms, they avoid the movement. This avoidance accelerates decline faster than aging itself. Research from Stanford Longevity Center shows this exact movement improves lower body power. That's the ability to generate force quickly. It prevents falls. Start with 5 to 8 repetitions. Control matters more than depth. As strength improves, increase to 12 or 15. Eventually, lower the seat height slightly. Increase challenge without adding risk. This exercise restores confidence. When you trust your ability to stand up, your world expands. You stop planning around chairs. You move with intention instead of fear. Meet Robert. He's 82, a retired firefighter. He noticed hesitation getting out of his car. He feared losing his license. After 6 weeks of chair squats and heel raises, he passed his driving test with confidence restored. But even strong legs aren't enough alone. In the final exercise, we bring everything together: strength, balance, coordination, and brain health in one movement. Researchers call this the most powerful tool for aging. Stay with me. Exercise number 5, the brain-body rewire. Have you ever stood still and suddenly felt unsure which way you were leaning, even though you weren't dizzy? Many over 75 describe this quietly. My mind feels sharp, but my body doesn't always listen. That disconnect signals something deeper than weak muscles. It's loss of communication between your brain and body. This is where the bird dog hold becomes unique. It doesn't just train balance, it rebuilds neural pathways. Begin on the floor on a comfortable mat or carpet. Hands directly under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Find a neutral spine, not arched, not rounded. Just steady. Slowly extend your right arm forward while extending your left leg backward. Reach for length, not height. Imagine a straight line from fingertips through heel. Hold for 5 seconds. Return slowly. Switch sides. This forces your brain to coordinate left and right, top and bottom, stability and movement at once. As we age, cross-body coordination declines. This increases fall risk. It slows reaction time. It even affects memory. The bird dog stimulates neural pathways you didn't know were weakening. Studies from Mayo Clinic show exercises combining balance and sustained holds reduce fall risk by 58% compared to walking alone. Start with 4 to 6 repetitions per side. Breathe slowly through your nose while holding. If you feel shaky, that's good. It means your nervous system is waking up. Extend holds to 8 or 10 seconds as you improve. This restores trust in your body. It teaches automatic protection when reaching, turning, or twisting to look behind you in the car. These are the exact moments when falls happen. Aging well requires coordination, awareness, and confidence working together. Now you've seen how each exercise protects a different part of your independence. But the real magic happens when you combine them. Let me show you the 5-minute night protocol that works while you sleep. This isn't a workout routine, it's a protection strategy. Each movement addresses a different layer of aging risk: your ability to catch yourself, your power to stand, your circulation, your balance, your brain-body connection. Walking maintains. These exercises rebuild. After 75, maintenance isn't enough. You're fighting nightly muscle loss. You're fighting slower reflexes. You're fighting the 3 a.m. moment when everything fails at once. Here's your 5-minute night protocol. Do this every night before bed. First, 5 wall push-up holds. This rebuilds your safety net. Second, 10 seated leg lifts per leg. This restores your stand-up power. Third, 15 heel raises. This reactivates your second heart. Fourth, 10 chair squats. This secures your independence. Fifth, 6 bird dog holds per side. This rewires your brain-body connection. 5 minutes, 5 exercises, 1 protected future. Do them in this order. Start tonight. Your body adapts while you sleep. These movements signal your cells to rebuild, not shrink. Think about next year. Will you move with confidence or caution? In 3 years, will you still trust your legs on stairs, your balance in the shower, your strength at 3 a.m.? In 5 years, will you plan your days around what you can do or what you're afraid might happen? The future depends on intention, not intensity. Small, deliberate movements performed nightly send a powerful message to your body. Adapt. Strengthen. Stay alert. Aging always involves change, but losing your independence doesn't have to be the default. The people who age best don't do the most. They understand what matters. They make adjustments. They protect themselves before crisis forces change. Your body is more delicate now. That makes it honest, not weak. Listen to it. Train it wisely. Respect its limits without surrendering to them. This gives you something invaluable. Time lived on your own terms. That's the real secret to aging well. Type "protected" in the comments if you're starting tonight. Your future self will thank you. Subscribe to Senior Forge 365 for more protection strategies made just for you. Thank you for watching. Sleep safer tonight. Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it.